When Homer was told his credit card was maxed out, he pulled out a stack of cards and threw them away. The whole family started to run, but the waiter flipped a switch, trapping the Simpsons inside. They had no choice but to put on a show to cover their meal bill. Homer sold the back seat of his car to get money for gas, but he only used the cash to buy a fancy new horn instead. Homer went to a financial planner to analyze his finances. Turns out he had several loans, no savings, and still had to support his father. The planner announced that Homer was on the verge of bankruptcy. In a few years, his life would be miserable, and he'd even keep losing money after he died. The planner advised Homer to earn more money, then demanded payment for the consultation fee. Homer wrote something down on a card.
I know you're not a deaf mute, Mr. Simpson. We've been talking for the last 20 minutes.
Homer drank a lot of beer, hoping to work up the courage to ask Mr. Burns for a raise. Just then, Mr. Burns walked in. Homer started pouring out his troubles to gain sympathy, but all Mr. Burns wanted was someone to amuse him. He handed Homer a pudding cup, and told him to throw it at Lenny. Homer refused firmly, until Mr. Burns pulled out $4. Homer tossed the pudding right away. Mr. Burns was so pleased that he pulled out another $8, and Homer threw another pudding cup. Mr. Burns decided to make Homer his prank monkey. After that day, Homer casually ate $100 comic books, stripped naked in the bathroom and acted like a fool, and pretended to be a dancing panda at the zoo. When Homer asked for his pay, Mr. Burns just threw money all over the floor. Homer had no choice but to get on his hands and knees to pick it up. Homer dropped his last donut into the nuclear reactor, trying to use radiation to make the donut bigger, but instead, he started a fire at the nuclear power plant. Smithers found the charred remains of the donut in the middle of the fire. Mr. Burns called this an act of extreme irresponsibility, but Homer argued that it was his first day on the job.
Sir, that's Homer Simpson. He's been working here for 10 years.
Oh, really? Homer got fired. When he got home, he saw a Navy recruitment ad on TV, and immediately went to fill out an application form. Homer noticed one question had been crossed out. Turns out it was a new presidential order banning certain special questions from being asked.
I think I can make it out. Are you a homosexual?
Oh, for God's sake, don't answer that. I could go to jail.
But I'm not a
I am not listening.
Homer was about to go to a week-long Navy training camp. He promised Lisa he'd bring her back a Navy cap, and when Bart asked for a torpedo, Homer told him he'd bring back something even more destructive. On the first day of training, a seagull swooped down and stole Homer's hat. Then the drill sergeant told Homer to tie up the boat, but Homer forgot to fasten the other end of the rope to the ship. Even so, Homer still passed the test, and officially joined the reserve force. Before long, a military exercise rolled around. Because Homer had worked at the nuclear power plant before, he was assigned to a nuclear submarine. During dinner, the captain asked Homer why he'd joined the Navy.
I want peace.
The captain was completely fascinated by what Homer had to say. When the technicians discovered a blockage in the torpedo and needed the captain to fix it, the captain handed over command to Simpson. As soon as Homer sat down in the command chair, enemy vessels started approaching rapidly. Homer had to make a decision. What would the captain do in this situation?
Don't fire the torpedo!
Fire the torpedo!
Springfield Elementary School underwent a full upgrade. The entire school went digital. Blackboards were replaced with electronic screens. The school got 3D printers, and even the flags were swapped for electronic ones that could switch designs at will. All the old paper textbooks were burned too, since they now had brand new digital book burners. A floor cleaning robot became Willie's new supervisor, but as more and more students used electronic devices, the power strips overloaded and broke down, and the outage even affected the entire town of Springfield. Without electronic devices, the teachers had no idea how to teach for a while. They could only stare at the students. The math teacher had students practice typing on marshmallows, and the history teacher played educational movies on his phone. But Lisa couldn't see a thing. Her eyes drifted out the window, where she noticed Willie busy with something on the lawn. She went over to ask him what he was doing, and it turned out Willie was measuring the area of the lawn. Meanwhile, Principal Skinner was still busy piecing together the books that had been burned earlier. Suddenly, Lisa came back with Willie and proposed a plan to reform the school system to the principal. After the principal agreed, the school was back to normal teaching in no time, and Willie was made a math teacher. But during class, Willie found out his salary was lower than the other teachers. He immediately threw an egg at the principal's head. The principal's car then crashed into a tree.
Hey, who threw that egg at the most efficient 45-degree angle?
It was me, sir.
Bart became the new math team captain.